Hello, my fellow cryptozoology enthusiasts. This is Ket, aka Kakibot, and I am saying hi to you from, as many of you probably can tell, the beautiful shores of Loch Ness. We are staying here for the weekend. We are here thanks to the amazing Highland Club, which is behind the cameraman right now. But don't worry, I'm gonna tell you a lot more about it later, because this is a place to stay if you're like into Scottish history. So really cool, but yeah, more about that later. For now, I'm just gonna promise you that in this video, we are taking you to a whole bunch of places around Loch Ness, but also along the adjacent lochs, because I think that some of the lochs around this area are underrated and you should give yourself the time to stop by them and explore, and at the very least stop by the beautiful sort of scenic spots which we will take you to. Today we are bringing you a little list of things, some more obvious and not to be missed, and some more of hidden gems, some places to eat, and maybe even some footage of me trying to wild swim, even though I have never done it before. It is 10 degrees and I might die. Now some children are coming in with their little motorboat, so I'm gonna be scared of youths as I usually am, and instead there's ducklings, and instead I'm gonna go show you all of those cool places that I promised. Ducklings! Our first day along the shores of Loch Ness was, well, definitely very Scottish when it comes to climate. I don't like to wait rain out completely when I make videos, because I feel like there's no point in lying about the moody quality of Scotland's weather. Most of you will likely run into the same wetness issue, and I want to make sure you know you can still enjoy Scotland's wilderness even when the sun is not out. We pre-booked our tickets to Urquhart Castle, so we didn't really have the option to come later anyway, but I thought the rain made it very atmospheric, and we didn't have to share it with that many people this way. Win. In its 500-year history, this castle has been fought over by the Scots and English during the Wars of Independence, and was eventually blown up during the Jacobite Risings. For the £16 entry, you will get access to a nice collection of historic objets telling you more about the everyday castle life and social hierarchy, a cool, very nicely produced intro movie, which you can, by the way, also watch on YouTube, so, look it up, and of course the opportunity to explore the ruins and enjoy views of the Loch and the Great Glen. The Great Glen, or Glenmore, is the name of the whole fault line between southeast and northwest of Scottish Highlands. This is where a chunk of what is now North America slowly collided and kind of rubbed against the rest of the island, creating an impressively straight line dividing the two geologically distinct areas. Nowadays, you can take on a chunky 125-kilometer hike from Inverness to Fort William called the Great Glen Way, or you can find nice little bite-sized portions of it, like the Alta Crieche, which we have visited on one of our evenings. Some parts of it get steep, but you will get rewarded by pretty waterfalls and also immaculate Twin Peaksy vibes. Glenrowan is one of my favorite places to grab lunch and coffee, short drive away from Fort Augustus, a very popular spot for hikers and bikers, serving not just big but more importantly very tasty lunches ranging from sandwiches to salads to burgers, plus good coffee and an impressive range of homemade cakes. So great to visit in a group or as a family, because I feel like anyone will find their perfect treat here. Is it not great? Ow! I walked into the car.
The other lochs of the Great Glen are often overlooked, but I think they are really, really beautiful. It would be a pity not stopping for a while to enjoy the views of Loch Lochy, a loch named in a way that sounds silly, but in fact, this transcription leads back to its Gaelic name, which means Loch of the Dark Goddess, and that name, I think, is pretty badass. Traveling west, you should also treat yourself to a visit to the Commando Memorial, which also happens to be the Ben Nevis Range viewpoint. The weather might or might not work out in your favor. Ben Nevis is not small. It stands at 1,345 meters above sea level, which makes it the tallest mountain in the UK. Anyway, this means you might just be cursed by a constant cloud hanging just at its peak. Should we try to climb it in the future? Leave a comment and goad me into bagging this magnificent moon row, because I will do anything to impress a bunch of strangers on the internet. When we travel, we always like to pick up some treats from local breweries. This time we noticed there's a small independent beer brewer in Spean Bridge, so we simply had to get the tasting six-pack to bring home. Their beers range from an IPA to a porter, so I'm sure anyone who's into small craft beers will enjoy them immensely. Another spot to take advantage of, even if you're not doing the whole Great Glen trek, is this place. Honestly, I don't think this is in any way the official Great Glen viewpoint. I guess it's a Great Glen viewpoint, but that's how you will find it on Google Maps, and it's a really magical little spot. I'm gonna leave a map with all of these spots in the doobly-doo. And if you prefer a higher vantage point, drive towards Glengarry and visit the two viewpoints up the mountain. Apparently, if you get the angle right, the lake will take shape of mainland Scotland.
We're at Glengarry, so don't forget, always be gooing.
Now, as promised earlier, you're gonna learn a little bit about what is likely the most historically fascinating accommodation you could call home for a couple of nights here in Fort Augustus. This place used to be a fort first. This was during the Jacobite uprising, and you can still see a little remnant of that signature pointy shape from one angle. In the 19th century, the structure was gifted to the Benedictine monks, who added some extra buildings, like the abbey, to make it fit for their needs. Towards the late 20th century, the monks started a little museum here, but this wasn't quite making enough money to keep the monastery and the abbey school open. Silver lining to this being that you can now stay here yourself, have a swim in this gothic-flavored pool overlooking the Great Glen, or, like me, pretend you're a vampire, you know? Live your dreams, I say.
So I think we also owe you a little room tour. And I say room, but it's actually an apartment. It's really big. It has more rooms than I think we can really take advantage of over the weekend, but we're gonna try. So let's first take you to the bedroom without the urge to make any weird jokes about it. Apart from jokes about how each one of us has 5 pillows for some reason. Anyway, my favorite bit about the bedroom is the views over the Great Glen And you can also see little bits of the abbey in which this apartment is situated. And now this is like the nice open space with the kitchenette, which I feel like it's not fair to call it a kitchenette. This is just a proper kitchen. There's literally everything you might need in here. I am so impressed. I don't think I've ever stayed in an apartment sort of hotel situation where there would be so much to work with. They even left milk here, but not only dairy milk, but also soy milk and oat milk. But our fridge is now full of like our stuff also that we brought from home, like this watermelon. It's summertime. And what's really nice here is that you get a little like a welcome basket. The crisps were not open. Again, I have already been a bit greedy before starting to shoot this, so a humongous TV, so we can watch even more of Naked Attraction.
No.
Would you prefer to watch Naked Attraction on a small TV? Or not at all?
Not at all if it's an option.
No. And what Simon called a really big sofa. I am 5'9". This is quite large. The last bit is this little room here, which is like a little lounge with like a whole bunch of books. Actually, you can also borrow DVDs here to play on the big TV. There's a copy machine, which I wish I knew. I mean, I probably should have read it in the little blurb, because I would definitely bring some stuff to just copy on like hotel budget.
No.
Wait,
No.
there's a Henry there though. This is the Lady Henry.
No.
And yeah, that's it. That's our beautiful home for the weekend. Really, like, it's so stunning. I'm so impressed. I wish the weather was super horrible and I didn't have to shoot anything else. I just want to lounge here and enjoy this beautiful space, because this kitchen especially has like stuff in it that our kitchen at home does not have, so jealous.
Hey, also super quickly, as I know many of you will approach Loch Ness via Inverness, here are two spots I gotta recommend visiting while in the city. Leakey's bookshop, where you shouldn't be coming for a book by bargain, but for the atmosphere and maybe also for their great selection of vintage sci-fi. And the second spot is Perk, a cafe known for their tasty donuts, including some vegan options. The flavors are amazing, the texture is chewy, the fruity flavors really like proper fruity, not too jammy and sweet. And they are also well known for their superhero style transformation into a cocktail bar on weekend nights. I say, this is how you serve a community. And for the final part of this guide, I am taking you east of Fort Augustus. Let's start with the absolutely breathtaking Sui viewpoint. When you're driving from the loch, the views will open up to you in the most majestic way. So I recommend putting on a piece of movie soundtrack just to make it extra epic. Also, especially when the sun goes down, you might see a herd of Highland deer, which really is one of the quintessential Scottish wildlife experiences, isn't it? And driving further, another foodie tip, or possibly even a hotel idea. The Whitebridge Hotel seems inconspicuous from the outside, but it is in fact a quirky little gem and serves amazing food, especially on Sundays when they do multiple versions of a Sunday roast. A great reward for all of your Lochside hiking. This one absolutely goes on my list of spots I will try and visit every time in the area. If you want to eat here, I recommend giving them a call first to make a little reservation. Okay, one final hike. This one isn't super long, but it's also definitely not easy. The Falls of Foyer Circular will take you around the waterfall's 140-foot drop and through the adjacent forest, and also some summery rhododendron bushes, and I mean through the bushes. Bring mud-proof shoes and a lot of enthusiasm for walking up steps, because this hike will leave you cursing your past self for not using Stairmaster at the gym more.
Honey, I want to give up. I want to go back. Boo. You know, I have really been trying to avoid finishing this video because I know I promised you I would get into this loch because it's my favorite loch, and I'm so happy to be here. In case you can't tell, it is about 10 degrees. It is currently also raining. I am not doing great and I'm not even in yet. I just took off my shoes and now my feet are very cold. But I think if I do my outro while getting in the water, maybe that's gonna help. So like, you know, sexy time for you. No, I have a very sensible swimsuit. If you were making fun of me earlier in the swimming pool for having sleeves, then this is why. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, you can always see me on Instagram. Kakibot. Kakiblog. Kakiblog is more for like pictures and me doing weird stuff like this. Kakibot is for illustrations. It's really rocky here. But you know what? It's better than expected. The rocks are actually the worst part. I also have a Patreon page. Thank you everyone who's already a patron. If you're not a patron, then consider becoming one, because this is the sort of things I do to make you like me. I crave being accepted by other people. This is really shallow and kind of slippery. I really don't think it's safe to go like all the way back. Sorry?
Have a seat.
Did you say have a seat? I did it! Knee deep in Loch Darf, my favorite loch of Scotland. Okay, guys, okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I mean, the water lapping is very... Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you, especially to you Patreons. God, I need to get back now. Fun fact. Earlier we were driving around here and I saw a guy like kind of sneak to the loch. And he was holding like a big, very suspicious bag. So I think that somewhere in this loch right now, as I speak to you, is also a dead body. Well, soon there will be 2 dead bodies. Someone just like drove past, and they will probably think I did actually have a wild swim. So to them, I am a badass now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Sensitive feet. Sensitive feet. Thank you for watching. Bye.